Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
This little office space is only 145 square feet. It used to be an ATM, and they are now literally trying to, when I say they, I mean Carolyn Roach and John Woods, are trying to squeeze themselves out of their office with donations to Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes.
A new space means new possibilities for Hub City Cinema, preventing unnecessary amputations and caving even in the winter.
The Mortgage Center is one of about 12 locations in downtown Nanaimo where you can drop off donations to Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes. If you notice, the poster said December the 12th was the deadline, but it has been extended right through until Friday, December the 19th. That's this week. And there's a really creative way that they are collecting food. We're going to tell you all about that and look into how things are at Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes later in this edition of Go Island. But first, one of our volunteer extraordinaires, Fiona Shedden, has been hitting the streets and the community with a camera and a storyline. She checks in with Hub City Cinema, who has a brand new space which is creating a whole lot of new possibilities. We know that you can't see it at home, but behind the camera today is Jocelyn Matwee, and she is literally standing in the doorway of the Mortgage Center just so that there's enough room to have us all in this office, 145 square feet. We've moved inside. This is Caroline Roach, and she's come up with a very creative way to help those in need this holiday season. What are you doing?
All right, well, we wanted to raise money for Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes, so we have decided to squeeze ourselves out of the office.
Quite literally.
Quite literally. It's 145 square feet, so it's doable. We are taking cash donations, so each of these balloons represents $10 in donation. We're also taking food, piling it wherever we can put it, and we want you, Nanaimo, to bring down donations and kick us out of our office.
And what have you actually thought about what you're going to do? Is this a day off for you if you literally get squeezed out?
Christmas holidays.
So let's get these guys' holidays started early, and there are other locations downtown collecting. You can get information on that through your Facebook page. And so are you going to bring all of that food in here too and sort of?
We are. The plan is to, compile all the food, bring it in here, and see how full we can get this office. So we were going to stop taking donations today, but we've decided to keep going till next Friday. So we want to see how much that you can donate to Loaves and Fishes this year in Nanaimo.
And who are the people who are giving the $10 for the balloons and things?
We've had Coastal Community was great. They donated $200. DMBIA has pitched in some money, and then we've had clients coming in, people who've seen our posters and coming off the street. So yeah, it's been quite successful so far. So we're pretty excited.
It feels good in here. We were looking to get squeezed out. So bring down some food donations or $10 to put another balloon in the wall. And I think it's worth seeing you guys being literally pushed out onto the street. We are going to talk to Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes later in this edition of Go Island. Time now for a short break.
Still to come today, rapid fire with the Nanaimo Clippers, local efforts help a global pandemic, and exploring an underground world.
The BCHL and 5 Hole for Food are teaming up, and it's happening here in Nanaimo at the Nanaimo Clippers home game on Friday, December the 19th. If you bring some cash or a non-perishable food item to donate, it will be sent to Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes and local food banks, and by doing that, you could help the Clippers top the league in the most poundage raised, and well, that would give them something to brag about and something for Nanaimo to be proud of. We're switching gears entirely now. It's estimated that by the year 2030, there will be 592 million people worldwide living with diabetes. Now, what many people don't know about this disease is that it tends to strike the feet first, leading to ulcers and open wounds, and that can then lead to amputations and death. I know it sounds dramatic, and I used to think that it was until I met a local doctor who is dedicated and passionate about preventing unnecessary amputations and building healthier lifestyles. Peter Sinclair is with Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes, and we were looking around the office to find another spot to do this interview to make it different than what we did with Caroline, and we thought, yeah, not going to happen. We'll just hang out right here.
There's no room.
There's no room. What is a snapshot of Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes right now? I think we did a story on Shaw TV a little while ago, and at that point you were looking to raise money for a new warehouse.
Yep.
What's the status of that?
Yes, so the big news we have right now is we're working to acquire a new warehouse. We've had significant success so far fundraising. We've received funding from the City of Nanaimo. They've agreed to provide us with $275,000 over the next 2 years. We've also raised over $40,000 from the community. So we're reaching our goal for the fundraising for that project, but we're not there yet. The total budget for it is $550,000.
Great. So is that it sounds like a good thing. I'm just trying to frame it, I guess. If you have that much food that you're needing to store it, does that mean that things like this, the squeezes out of the office and other community initiatives are really working, and is it enough?
Yeah, there really is an abundance of food in the community, and what we need is the infrastructure to actually handle it. So the infrastructure we have right now is a 500 square foot warehouse, which means we're constantly moving food around. Our volunteers work in the rain. When clients come to pick up, they're not inside. We're making the current situation work, but it's not ideal, and so that's why we need a new warehouse. To accommodate the vast amount of food that is coming through our doors.
Okay, I just want to clarify that by no means should people think that there's enough and the need isn't there for the food. That need, unfortunately, will never end. Is that a reality that we're dealing with?
Well, I'd like to think that it will end. One of the ways that Loaves and Fishes is working to end the need for the food bank is partnering with other agencies in our community that are doing the work, that give people job skills, give them drug and alcohol counseling, or whatever support they need to get out of their situation that brings them to the food bank. And the way Loaves and Fishes does that is we provide food to over 30 other nonprofits in Nanaimo every month. And so we believe by supplying that food to them, we can free up their resources to do what they really do well, which will impact the community in a positive way.
And then that comes full circle.
Exactly.
And okay. Christmas hampers are big right now. What stages are they at, and what are you doing this year?
Yeah, so we have a fantastic partnership with the Salvation Army. We've partnered with them for the last 11 years to deliver the Hamperville program. This year, things are going well. We have a number of exciting changes planned for it. Those changes include utilizing a depot network, so clients will be able to come to a depot somewhere in the city that suits them. We have 13 different pickup times that people can come pick up their hamper. The other big change is we're allowing clients to actually choose each item they receive. So rather than being handed a bag of food, they'll be able to pick a certain number of choices from each category depending on how many people are in their household, and we believe that adds a lot of dignity to the process, and it helps ensure that people get food that they want and can use.
And I know that people who don't struggle daily to put food on the table, now is a time of year where you start looking towards your favorite food and treats, and is that something that you're looking for, still looking for donations, or are we building Christmas dinners for people, or
We're, whatever you would like to eat at Christmas, try donating that, because there's probably someone else in the community that likes that. And because we're giving clients choice, then, if there's a special type of peanut butter or almond butter or, cream corn or, carrots that you like.
cheese balls?
Cheese balls, whatever.
Pate is one of my weaknesses.
We have a mechanism to actually connect that to someone who could use it.
Excellent. Thank you. Best way to get in touch and give?
Best way to donate is either visit NanaimoLoavesandFishes.org or the Salvation Army website. If you want to find more out about the actual Hamperville program, you can go to HampervilleNanaimo.org. You can also sign up to volunteer there. We have a number of volunteer spots that are still available, particularly closer to Christmas, helping with distribution. We need some help. So.
Excellent. Thank you. Another way to participate, of course, is to drop by the Mortgage Center here, 17 Church Street, give $10 or some food, and squeeze these guys literally out of their 145 square foot office. You might think that caving and exploring Horn Lake Caves is not a wintertime activity, but actually it is. Of course, it's wetter at this time of the year. We're going to throw things over now to Marjorie Greaves, who shares with us an experience she had caving earlier this year. It is literally small in here. It used to be an ATM. We can do it, Nanaimo. We can squeeze John and Caroline literally out of their office. Fill it up with balloons, one balloon for $10, or bring in some food between now and December 19th, and let's just fill this space, and all of those proceeds will go to Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes. Thanks for watching this edition of Go Island. We'll see you next time.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.